Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Get Sweaty. I'm your friendly neighborhood soda, or today I'm known as Soda XL. We have 50 Shades of Music below me, and we have Ben Big Fudge Rainer to my right. How you guys doing?
Listening to some classical music from humanity's greatest composers.
Is it Bugs Bunny's Leopold?
No, that was a Doctor Who reference that you missed. Okay, never mind.
It's still early in the morning for me, 50. Give me some slack. How are you guys doing today?
Doing well. Coming off a hot drinking defeat in last night's Outlaw Nation match, but I'm doing well.
Well, I don't know if you noticed today we didn't do the intro, we didn't do anything just because today is it's an infamous day in history. 20 years ago today was when the 9/11 attacks happened. Now I don't know about you guys, but I will never forget where I was when I found out that morning.
Yeah,
I don't know about you guys, but I was asleep for obvious reasons. But still, reading it in the newspapers the day after, I mean, that was a day and a half. And we might even have someone in the live chat right now who also will never remember what happened to her when this happened, because she was traveling in Spain and she was in the airport when it happened, and all the flights that got canceled at the same time, and she had to stay an extra day in Spain.
Wow.
Because of that.
Oof. Well, what about you, Ben? What do you remember?
I remember watching it, and I remember it changed everything.
Yeah, I commented on something earlier. I don't remember what life was like post 9/11. Like in terms of everyday life.
You mean pre 9/11?
Pre 9/11, yeah. I don't like. I mean, in terms of like how everything, how the society was. I don't remember.
Well, I was too young to remember anyway.
But no. What I was gonna say was that growing up, my parents never really did anything together. But that's the very first time I remember waking up and seeing them sitting around the TV watching, and I was like, "What's going on?" And then I saw on the TV, and it was like, "Man, that's all that was the talk at school that day." But anyways, we are not here to dwell. We're here to celebrate everything that we love, hold near and dear, and we're doing it in honor of those who lost their lives 20 years ago today. And why not do a list about what is considered the universal language, music? So we are doing our top 5 composers today. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I got 2 TV composers on my list.
Same here.
Yep. Well, I know 50 and I are probably going to have the same one.
Oh, I can imagine. Damn, I didn't even think of him, but I'm new to this, to that show, so forgive me.
It's all good. You're forgiven, Ben. I could never be
I
mad.
mean, the spoiler alert, the one on my list is the reason I chose the topic.
Mm.
Maybe you don't have the same one. Maybe you do.
Oh, we'll have to find out. But 50, because it was your topic that you chose, we'll let you go first today.
Well, we just spent some time talking about. Oh yeah, here's what we just talked about it, but because we just spent some time talking about TV composers, so I'm going to start off with a TV composer, Kevin Keiner.
Not on my list. I know who he is, though.
You know who he is, Ben, right?
Sounds familiar.
You've heard his work.
So he does. He basically did all of the music for Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Rebels, and The Bad Batch. And I think he might have also done Resistance as well. Not too sure about that, but
this is the guy that Harloff has been saying should take over for John Williams.
Yeah. Okay.
I honestly, I can't think of anyone finer than Kevin Keiner and even Ryan. But,
I see what you did there.
I mean, the way he's able to take John Williams' iconic Star Wars score and change it up a bit, weave it into the Star Wars, the animated Filoniverse, as we're calling it, while also coming up with his own new pieces. It's just incredible. And give me a second. He might have actually done some stuff for Smallville. Oh no, actually, you know what? Okay, bit of a long tangent here, but in Star Trek, not Star Wars, Star Trek, there is this thing called the Mirror Universe, which is basically like an alternate timeline for Star Trek where humanity
That's
is
where we
evil.
get Spock with the goatee and
Yeah, the beard of evil. That's where that came from. So basically, the humans are evil in that universe, and instead of the Federation, it's an empire. And basically, humanity just made all the wrong choices. And in Star Trek Enterprise, the last season, I believe, they did an episode about the specifically about the mirror universe, and they even changed up the intro song. I believe it's so far the only Star Trek show to do that, but they changed the intro song because none of the Federation was in that episode. It was just a two-parter specifically about the mirror universe, the alternate timeline, and Kevin Keiner did this the music for the new intro, specifically that one.
yeah, he's also done work on Titans, Doom Patrol, Jane the Virgin, and he did all this music for CSI Miami.
Nice.
Wow.
So
and Stargate SG1.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So clearly the guy has a career ahead of him, especially in sci-fi. And even if
I think he's got a future in this business.
Yeah, a little bit. But listening to that theme of the Star Trek two-parter about the mirror universe, you can kind of see the beginnings of his further career in the Star Wars realm. And interestingly, I think it's the only composer to do work for Star Trek and Star Wars. So that's pretty interesting.
I think so.
Actually, no, Michael Giacchino.
Oh, that's right. Giacchino did Rogue One, and he did the Star Wars movies. Yes, Star Trek movies.
Star Trek.
Yeah.
No, but that's a nice way to kick off the list.
Kevin Keiner is a great choice. And I really do hope that he does get given the reins when John Williams finally hands over the baton.
That's going to be a sad day. That's going to be
it's going to be coming sooner than you think, Ben.
Yeah, but
90s.
Yeah, but I do strongly believe that John Williams will continue to compose Star Wars movies till his last day.
No. I thought he said that Rise of Skywalker, that was it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I must have missed that. But do we really believe him, though?
I have a feeling, and I have nothing to back this up with. His last movie, or his last thing he's going to do, in the next Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah, I think that maybe that's it.
And he is confirmed for that, isn't he?
Believe so.
Okay, we can talk about John Williams later for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ben. What's your number 5?
It might get punted. I'm almost guaranteed it will get punted. Hans Zimmer.
Punt.
Nope, not on my list.
I mean, did you really think I'm not going to punt this, Ben? Did you really think I'm not going to punt this?
Yeah, he's not on my list.
Shame on you. What's your number 5?
Mine is the first of my TV composers. It's Ramen Jawadi, who does. As everyone knows, wait, what?
Honorable mention.
Mine too.
Okay, basically, he's most famous for, and rightfully so, doing the music for Game of Thrones.
Mm.
And he also did the first Iron Man, but really, it's Game of Thrones. Whenever you hear the name Ramen Jawadi, that's what you think of. And some of the music out of that is just brilliant. Jenny of Old Stones, The Reigns of Castamere, the Battle of the Bastards, the theme song itself, like everything he does for that show just sounds like so epic and so lived in, and it fits into that universe. And I want to see them give him a big film franchise after this.
I think he deserves it.
Oh, hands down. What other films he's done? Well, he did Clash of the Titans, the movie, Pacific Rim, Warcraft, The Great Wall, A Wrinkle in Time, and he's doing Eternals.
Ooh,
nice.
That actually fits well for him.
Yep.
It's Eternals. Like Game of Thrones in space.
Yep. He also did additional music for Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, Blade Trinity, Batman Begins. He helped with that. Of course, Iron Man. Clash of the Titans. He did Pacific Rim, like I said, Robinson Crusoe. And that's really it.
The show?
The big ones. Sorry?
Robinson Crusoe, the show?
He just says here Robinson Crusoe, which I'm assuming is the show. No, it's
Actually,
an animated. It released in
Oh.
North America as The Wildlife. It's an animated movie.
Oh, I think the show is called Crusoe, not Robinson Crusoe. Okay.
Well, no. This is that's the name outside of North America is Robinson Crusoe for this animated film.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways,
My-
yeah, Ramen Jawadi, dude, like great stuff.
Yeah, the first Iron Man, score-wise, is my favorite of the three. Actually, my favorite movie of the three, but the score is also my favorite out of the three.
Mhm.
I'm not a big fan of Iron Man 3, but I like the score. But like I said, the score is my favorite for Iron Man 1.
I need a real tangent, real quick. I'm just curious. I have to ask. Out of Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor, who has the best trilogy, in your opinion? Yeah,
I mean,
real
it's Cap.
quick.
It's
Cap.
gotta be Cap.
Okay.
Like
alright.
I know Thor has Thor Ragnarok, but he unfortunately has Thor: The Dark
Yeah,
World, and
yeah.
I'm personally a big fan of Thor. But with Captain America, it's consistent across the
Yeah.
board. Actually, you could argue
Okay.
it gets better.
Okay.
And we might be getting a fourth one soon.
Yeah.
Thought we were getting a fourth one.
Yeah.
Oh, But it's obviously it's not Chris Evans Cap. It's
No, it's
a
the
different
new
Oh,
Captain
Captain
America.
America.
It's still Captain America.
We're getting Cap
Uh,
4 with Sam as Cap,
I'm not even Thor. Okay, my bad.
but we are getting Thor: Love and
Yeah.
Thunder.
Yeah, we are getting a
Wait,
Thor.
Thor.
We know about that. Just
Yeah.
I wasn't sure the fourth one was confirmed yet.
It was.
Yeah, it was. All right, Ben, what is your numero 4?
No.
Actually, it's mine.
Son of a bitch. Okay, sorry, 50.
Alan Silvestri
Punt.
figured. Go ahead, Ben.
Mangun and Kino.
Honorable mention.
Same.
I love this guy ever since I first realized we found out who he is in Lost. He did beautiful music in that. He is such a guy. I loved his Rogue One thing. I know I'm in the minority on that, but
For a guy who only had 2 weeks to do it, he did a really good job.
Yeah. I mean, what else do you expect?
Mm-hmm.
he did Doctor Strange, right? That was him.
Yeah, and Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man
So
movies.
these are all the movies that he has scored: The Incredibles, Mission Impossible 3, Ratatouille, Cloverfield, Speed Racer, Star Trek, Up, Cars 2, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, John Carter, Star Trek Into Darkness, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes,
Wow.
Jurassic World, Zootopia, Star Trek Beyond, Doctor Strange, and Rogue One, all in the same year.
Oof.
Spider-Man Homecoming, War of the Planet of the Apes, Coco, Incredibles 2, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, Bad Times at El Royale, Spider-Man Far From Home, Jojo Rabbit, Spider-Man No Way Home coming up. He's also doing Jurassic World Dominion and The Batman.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm like this guy. To be honest, if anybody is going to take over for William, I think it's him. Yeah.
I think Kevin Keiner
Probably
should
the
take over
Keiner
for
for
Williams in
Star
Star
Wars,
Wars. But
Kino is going to be like the John Williams of this era.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's doing all the major franchises of the era. So yeah.
Yeah, and for TV series, he's done, as Ben said, Lost. He's also done Aliens, Fringe, Alcatraz, which was a really good show, underrated show that didn't last long. And he did the opening theme for Marvel Studios Legends.
And also speaking of Marvel, he also did the main music for the Marvel logo, which plays before every Marvel.
Yeah,
that's
that's what's credited as for the Marvel Studios Legends is opening theme only. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Wow.
And he for Spider-Man Homecoming, he did the arrangement of the old school Spider-Man theme song that we hear. That's Michael Giacchino composition.
My only problem with that is how many people actually realize, how many people listen to that music and realize that that's the actual theme song from the 60s.
There are probably not a lot that got it right away, but I'm sure everyone realized that at some point because it is so ingrained in our culture at this point.
Yeah, and I think some of the movies even kind of reference that song in weird ways.
Yeah. Well, they did it for
Sam
the very
Raimi.
first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Aerosmith covered it.
Oh,
It's
really?
on the soundtrack album. Yeah.
And in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, it's Spider-Man's ringtone.
Yes, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so my number 4, I got a feeling will be punted. It's Murray Gold.
Punt.
Of course.
Come on. Major punt.
Okay.
However, speaking of punts, my number 2 and my number 3 sometimes interchangeable, but for right now, for the moment, my number 3 is a punt from earlier. It's Hans Zimmer,
Yeah, I was just saying,
composer of the greatest movie of all time, The Lion King.
Is time locked right now, 50. No changing. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, right now, time locked. The composer of the greatest movie of all time, The Lion King, Hans Zimmer. He also did the music for the Pirates of the Caribbean. Why did that escape me for a second there?
Let's not forget the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah, but I was trying to reach for the Pirates movies, and it just I know the Batman one, but anyway. So yeah, the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I mean, you just listen to that theme, and it screams epic. It screams swashbuckling adventures. I'm even willing to go on a limb and say that the first Pirates movie is the best pirate movie of all time.
I don't think.
What? Wait, what?
I don't think he did the first one. No, he didn't do the first one.
He did do the first one. Don't throw me off like that in the middle of a speech.
No, he came on for the second one.
He didn't do the first one?
He didn't do the first one.
Then who did the first one?
Give me a second here.
I'm just trying to fill the void.
Let's see. Music by Klaus Badelt.
Okay, well, there goes my whole spiel, but
sorry.
But he took over the Pirates films, and frankly, some of the music he added to the franchise is arguably the best in all franchises of that era. And he like you said, he also did the Batman, and I'm guessing you're already looking him up and seeing what else he did that I'm forgetting.
Yeah, I've got it right here on Wikipedia. Okay. So his career started in 1982, but some of his early works, he did Rain Man, Black Rain, the movie I really want to see, starring Michael Douglas, Days of Thunder, Backdraft, which is a great firefighter movie, Thelma and Louise, one of my all-time favorites, A League of Their Own, Cool Running, Renaissance Man, Lion King, Crimson Tide, 9 Months, Muppet Treasure Island, The Rock, As Good as It Gets, Prince of Egypt, Mission Impossible 2, Gladiator, Road to El Dorado, Pearl Harbor, which is one of my favorite scores, Hannibal, The Ring. He did Spanglish. He did the 2004 King Arthur. He did Madagascar, of course, the Dark Knight trilogy, The Da Vinci Code, Simpsons movie.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Frost Nixon. He did Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, Sherlock Holmes, the first one with Robert Downey Jr., Inception, of course, Kung Fu Panda 2, Transformers: Dark of the Moon, but he was uncredited on that one. He did Rush, Man of Steel, 12 Years a Slave, Amazing Spider-Man 2, Chappie, BVS, Dawn of Justice, of course, Dunkirk, Blade Runner 2049, Dark Phoenix. He did the Hillbilly movie, Sponge on the Run, for U50, Wonder Woman 1984, and he's doing Top Gun Maverick.
Can I say something controversial?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I know that his collaborations with Christopher Nolan outside of Dark Knight. Maybe Man of Steel is different, but I don't like all the whoa. I don't like
Here's the thing with me for Hans Zimmer. Like, I do love the score for the Dark Knight movies. I do love, obviously, The Lion King. And, of course, League of Their Own is up there for me. But it's just overall, unlike the other composers on my list, even in my honorable mentions, I can't pinpoint, it's like, oh, that's a great track. They all blend in. It's outside of, like, the ones I just listed, they kind of all blend into me. So I can't really tell what movie's what.
But Hans Zimmer is one of those ones where his tracks from different movies are distinguishable from one another.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I mean, for like, say, for an Alan Silvestri, is like, oh, I can pinpoint, the Back to the Future overture, or for like Murray Gold, it's just like, oh, I Am the Doctor from that piece from season 5. Like, I can pinpoint, but with Hans Zimmer,
Spoilers.
I'm just throwing stuff out. But again, great composer.
Yeah, and the Man of Steel is one of the greatest superhero scores not made by John Williams.
Flight, like that Superman theme Flight from there is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
And I think he did a good job with Justice League under the circumstances.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed.
I'm not with Elfman.
Elfman did the theatrical.
Oh, okay.
Actually, it might have been Elfman. Sorry,
Elfman did the theatrical, and I thought Junkie
the man who is an elf.
Yeah. I don't think Zimmer had anything to do with
it. Yeah, no, he didn't with that one. It's some dude named Tom Hulkenberg, Junkie XL. Now,
this Junkie XL.
Yeah. Funny enough, I didn't even clue in that I'm also wearing a Deadpool t-shirt. Junkie XL did the track of the score for that one.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. So Ben, that was your number 350?
Yeah. So number
Ben.
3 for Ben.
Danny Elfman.
So Danny Elfman is on my honorable mentions.
Same. Just barely.
Yeah, just barely.
I love this guy, and I love his his Batman theme.
Batman Returns scores are amazing.
Outside of John Williams Superman, Batman is still in my favorite superhero.
See, I know people. Sorry, but I know people love the Dark Knight score, but I mean, the Danny Elfman score for Batman is Batman's score. I mean, they even used it in the Lego game.
Yeah, and it inspired Batman the Animated Series. Like the very first episode they used Danny Elfman's score as the temp track.
I thought Danny Elfman did the score for the show as well.
No, he didn't. I can't remember the name of the lady, but she took Danny Elfman's themes and made it her own for that show. All the music is based
similar to Kevin Keiner.
Yeah, it's based off of his work from the movies.
Okay. Overall, I'll go 40%. We hear Danny Elfman score in the Flash movie.
I hope so.
100%.
Yeah. They have to. I mean, they're bringing back the actual Batman from those movies.
It's nothing for them. They own the rights to the music.
True, but that doesn't mean much.
Yeah, I mean,
because they own the rights doesn't mean they are going to use it. But
hey, they did it in Justice League.
Little bit.
Okay, tangent for a quick second. I like the Snyder Cut, but there are elements in the theatrical cut I wish they kept. And to be honest, the music by Elfman with a nod to the 89 Batman and the nod to Superman's theme, I wish they carried that over in the Snyder Cut, in my opinion.
I think that was a Snyder decision not to keep those in there, though.
Yeah, I know.
I'm looking at Danny Elfman's credits, and it's funny looking at him and looking at Hans Zimmer, and then looking at, we brought his name up many times, John Williams. All great in their own right, but Danny Elfman's list is the most fun.
We haven't gotten the Williams yet.
No. But I mean, but Williams has a lot of serious movies.
True.
Right? Whereas Danny Elfman, he did Beetlejuice, Big Top Pee-wee, Scrooge, Batman, Dick Tracy, Darkman, Batman Returns, Nightmare Before Christmas. Dolores Claiborne, really? He did the first Mission Impossible, Mars Attacks, Men in Black, Flubber, Sleepy Hollow, the 2001 Planet of the Apes, Spider-Man 2002, Men in Black 2, Hulk, Chicago, Spider-Man 2, Corpse Bride, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Nacho Libre, Meet the Robinsons, Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, Terminator Salvation, that's a weird one. Alice in
Yeah.
Wonderland, Real Steel, Men in Black 3, Dark Shadows, Frankenweenie, American Hustle. Really? 50 Shades of Grey. What? What? Avengers Age of Ultron, Goosebumps.
Oh, yeah.
Justice League, 50 Shades. If he did the 50 Shades series, what do you know? 2018's Grinch, Dumbo, Men in Black International. Like, his list is more like the fun side of movies.
Yeah.
And
a
he's
lot of
doing Doctor Strange in the universe in the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sam Raimi.
Yep. That's the one I can't wait for.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Matt,
My number 3, James Horner.
on my honorable mentions.
Yeah, not on my list.
Yeah, this dude has quite the eclectic range of compositions. But for me, my favorite two are obviously Titanic and Braveheart.
Oh.
Braveheart, I remember Roca once said that he would listen to that soundtrack before taping some of his matches. And I did that once during a play before I was going on stage. 100% right, man. That soundtrack just puts you in the right mood. Puts you in the right mood to do stuff. But talk about eclectic. He did Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, in only his third year in the business. 48 Hours. Star Trek III, The Search for Spock. He did Cocoon. He did Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Aliens, An American Tale. He did Willow, Land Before Time, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Field of Dreams, Glory. Let's see, The Rocketeer, for those if that was in the news recently. An American Tale, 50 Goes West. Patriot Games. Hocus Pocus, for those who know that movie. Yep. He did The Man Without a Face. And this is one I watched a lot when I was a kid. We're Back, A Dinosaur Story. Didn't you guys remember that one?
Yep.
John Goodman voices a T-Rex. And Jay Leno voices a Triceratops.
You mean a Triceratops, right?
Ooh. Triceratops. The Page Master, Legend of the Fall, Braveheart, Apollo 13, the first Jumanji, obviously Titanic, The Mask of Zorro, which is another epic all-time great score. Mighty Joe Young.
Underrated movie.
Yeah, underrated. He also did How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Ron Howard version. A Beautiful Mind. Let's see what else he did. He did Troy, Legend of Zorro, of course. He also did Apocalypto and the Spiderwick Chronicles. Avatar. He did the remake of The Karate Kid. And the last film he did before he died, The Magnificent Seven.
That's a list right
That's
there.
a list. And also he did Amazing Spider-Man and stuff like that. When he died, we lost a great composer. I would have loved to have seen him go and dive more into the superhero genre. I think he would have had fun.
Yeah.
All right. So 50. Bring us to your number 2.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you already know it by now. It's Murray Gold.
Yeah.
And to be fair, his list of Doctor Who tracks speaks for itself. I mean, he was the head composer for Doctor Who for 10 seasons.
For
Not
the very
10 years,
beginning?
10 seasons.
Yeah, he did all of Tenet, right?
He did all of Eccleston, Tennant, Smith, and Capaldi.
Okay.
That's four doctors, which I'm pretty sure makes him the composer to score the most number of doctors.
I think so, yeah.
And, well, technically 5, because John Hurt as well.
Yeah, that's true. Now, one thing I know you notice when you watch the reboot is that every Doctor has a different version of the theme song. Which is your favorite of the Murray Gold versions?
The intro theme?
Yeah. I go for 11. I like something about that one.
Honestly, for all 13 Doctors.
No. I meant for the ones done by.
No, I mean, let me finish.
Okay.
For all 13 Doctors, I don't think I have a particular favorite because I just love them all. It's the same tune, slightly shifted a bit. I mean, all of it is basically building up on Ron Grainer's original 1963 theme, but I just love all. If I had to pick a favorite, maybe the original Eccleston one, because that was the one that brought everything back. I mean,
that was the one they used for the first 2 Tennant seasons as well.
Yeah. I wish they had more time with the Tenant theme, but I'm glad we got at least one season and a couple of specials with it.
Yeah,
That
that
being
one
said-
definitely was more militant. The
Yeah.
second Tenant theme.
I don't know if more militant. I think more a little less serious, but much more fantastical.
Really, I thought for me it hits more serious because we know the Doctor's going into a dark place. That's just maybe that's just the way I'm looking
It
at
feels
it.
more. I was also gonna add that more sinister, darker, more. I mean, for the Eccleston one is more strict, but the Tenant one definitely an extra level of sinister and things to come. But I mean, it's not just the intro music; it's also the music. He does different scores for every episode almost.
Yes,
which is crazy, and especially for a show like Doctor Who, where every episode is completely unlike the one that came before it or the one that's going to come up after it.
But he does sneak in this, for example, with Rose, he sneaks in the Doomsday thing as we get more and more.
He also has character theme songs.
Yeah.
Each character. My favorite, no surprise here, it's Martha.
Yeah,
but
mine too.
That's my favorite character music. But the way he also not only just makes every episode completely different from one another, but the theme song for each character and each Doctor also changes once every Doctor comes and goes, and just situational music as well.
Now, Ben,
I do believe. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I do believe a lot of the episodes from the modern era wouldn't have been as great as they are if not for the iconic music. Like try to watch some of those scenes without the Murray Gold music; it just doesn't work.
Yeah,
and also my favorite of the ones he did for Doctor Who, I cannot speak of it because someone hasn't seen it yet.
Now, as someone who hasn't seen it yet, but Ben,
I was referring to this guy, but oh yeah.
As you're following us on this journey, is there a track so far that has stood out to you?
Yes. It was in the Wonder Week Pride Christmas special. It was a street scene when the Doctor was chasing something and the music was swelling up. And it felt like an adventure swashbuckling show that I just loved. I mean, I usually don't recognize scores like that, but man, I love that piece of music.
Yeah, he's written some great ones. Like I'm with 50. Like my favorite is Martha's theme, but his 11th Doctor theme, which Ben, you've watched Matt Smith, so I know it's not a little bit of spoilers, but his theme song it's mostly in the 5th season. I Am the Doctor. Yeah, there's just something about that. It's just like I feel like Bilbo in The Hobbit. We're going on an adventure.
Yeah, and a lot of his tracks make you want to run while you're listening to it. It's the best thing to listen to on a treadmill.
My favorite use of that song is in Matt Smith's opening episode when he's wearing
all the Doctors flashing.
All the Doctors are flashing. He's playing his tie, and he's like, I'm the Doctor.
Hello, I'm the Doctor.
And then when the best part is the eye just looks back and forth and just bolts.
Yeah.
Man, oh my God, I love that piece.
And also, here's a little something for you to look forward to, Ben. Obviously, all the music he does for the Daleks is now iconic. The Cybermen also, but the finale of the season you are currently watching, Ben, he does something crazy, so crazy and out of this world with the Dalek music. It's just, I can't wait for you to see that episode. And obviously, the song I mentioned. What?
I mean, what do you say? I mean, curious to see if he's a dialect in this season, but you just told me, so I'm excited.
I mean, it's Doctor Who. You gotta, full disclosure, there are rumors and speculations that there's some sort of contract with the Terry Nation estate that the Daleks kind of have to appear once a season. Something like that. Might have been around during that time. Still kind of people shooting it down a little bit. It's not 100%
between
sure.
Terry Nation and BBC. There's always been a weird relationship there.
Terry Nation, by the way, Ben, is he's the guy that created the Daleks.
Yeah.
And at the end of every Dalek episode, you see a little thing that says the Daleks were created by Terry Nation.
He's very protective of that, rightfully so. But he's been the reason why a lot of Dalek stories have been scrapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the main reason why during the Matt Smith era, a lot of stories that don't necessarily have Daleks in them kind of have a Dalek appearing for a quick second in the background.
Yeah.
You'll know what I'm talking about once we get to those seasons. But yeah. But like I said, the song that is my favorite, which you're going to see at the finale, it's about as close as Doctor Who has gotten for prayer. Doctor Who music has to prayer. You know what I'm talking about, right, Soda?
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
And that's like the song you want to hear. You want to hear when you wake up in the morning.
It's actually that. I can fix that. My alarm.
Ooh.
All right, Ben. What is your number dos?
We might have the same one.
We both punted. Yes, it's probably going to be the same one.
Alan, you with me?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Alan Silvestri, man, like the iconic, like John Williams. Oh, that's Superman. Oh, that's Indiana Jones. Oh, that's Star Trek. Alan Silvestri's got a similar record.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh shit, there's Back to the Future. Oh shit, The Avengers. Oh shit,
Forrest Gump. We thought about the same thing.
Yeah, Forrest Gump is a great score.
Yep. I think he didn't Contact. Didn't he? Not Contact.
Let's find out.
Castaway.
Yes, I believe he did cast. He's a frequent collaborator with.
I thought you were referring to Arrival.
He's a frequent collaborator with Zemeckis.
Yeah,
Zemeckis. Also, he did one of my favorite Disney movies of that era, Lilo and Stitch. And if you actually listen to that score, you can actually hear a lot of similarities between that one and the Back to the Future one.
Nice.
I know you said you only saw it once, but
I'm thinking about watching it again. I mean, I'll have to pay attention.
It's worth a rewatch, mostly to hear what I mean. If you watch the Back to the Future trilogy and then immediately jump into Lilo and Stitch, you can actually hear pretty much the same music but different. And that's how each composer we talked about is able to take sort of the similar notes and make it new.
Mary's theme and Leia's theme practically identical.
The funny thing about Back to the Future theme is I will never forget this. The trailer for The Mighty Ducks 2, I think it's The Mighty Ducks 2, plays that theme in the background, and once you hear it, you can't unhear it.
Interesting.
And I think I showed that to you before, Matt.
I think you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Like looking at Alan Silvestri's score, like he's done a lot of sequels, but not the originals.
Yeah.
It's like he did like his first big one was Romancing the Stone. Then right from there, he went into Back to the Future. And then after that, he did Predator, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Mac and Me, for those who are fans of the Conan O'Brien show. He did The Abyss, obviously Back to the Future 2 and 3. He did Young Guns 2, Predator 2. He did Father the Bride, which I love. Fern Gully.
Ooh!
He did The Bodyguard, the Kevin Costner, Whitney Houston film. He did Super Mario Brothers, where he replaced Jerry Goldsmith.
Oh.
He did, obviously, Forrest Gump, Richie Rich,
Judge
Dredd, the Stallone version, Father the Bride Part 2. He did Grumpy and Grumpier Old Men. He did Sergeant Bilko, Volcano, The Odd Couple 2, The Parent Trap, Practical Magic, Stuart Little, Castaway, and What Lies Beneath, What Women Want, The Mummy Returns, Lilo and Stitch, Stitch the Movie, Lara Croft, The Cradle of Life, so another sequel, Van Helsing, Polar Express, Beowulf, Night of the Museum, Battle of the Smithsonian. He
Sequel.
did G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra, The A-Team, The Avengers, Captain America, The First Avenger, The Croods. He did The Third Night in the Museum movie. He did Ready Player One. He did Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. He did most recently The Witches, and the upcoming he's doing Pinocchio.
Nice.
Awesome.
I almost feel like sometimes he kind of does get, I don't want to say thrown to the side, but like, I think his work is better than Hans Zimmer's personally. And yeah, I think he just didn't get brought up in the same conversation.
I agree with that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it just feels like sometimes he doesn't get the respect he deserves because a lot of the movies were coming out when John Williams was throwing out his best work too.
Yeah, and like you said, he did a lot of sequels, but not the originals.
Exactly.
Well,
but his original
generally
stuff,
unconsidered as good as the original.
like hands down, Back to the Future, I would put it in the top 5 most recognizable themes.
Oh, and yeah, agreed.
So let's do our honorable mentions. So I'll go first. I had Danny Elfman and Michael Giacchino. I had Bill Conti, who did all the Rocky movies and the Karate Kid movies. And Michael Kamen, who did Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Lethal Weapon, and probably his most famous work, if you're into this type of music, he did the orchestral arrangements for Metallica's S&M concert with the San Francisco Symphony Orchestra.
I'm a little surprised you didn't have Ennio Morricone on your list. Didn't he do the one for the Godfather?
No, that's Francis Ford Coppola's dad.
Really?
Yeah, that's not Ennio Morricone.
I just thought he did. Seemed to fit the bill.
I'm just double checking that and make sure I'm not pulling that out of my ass.
Maybe both answers are
By
correct.
Nino Rota. Sorry.
Oh.
By Nino Rota, but I do know the senior Coppola did work on some music stuff for the films.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, 50, what about you? Do you have any honorable mentions?
Okay, Elfman, Giacchino, Jawadi, and someone I'm a little surprised no one's mentioned, Ludwig Gorinson.
I see. There's Gorinson is good, but there's one track only that I really gravitate towards from, and it's Shock. It's from Creed 2. It's a song called "Runnin'." It's basically used during the training montage. Yeah, you're right. He should be somewhere on my list because I really love the way, especially in Creed and Creed 2, how he mixes traditional scoring with hip hop. And that track is the best example because it is so seamless, and it gets you pumped every time.
Yeah, but the guy's got a very short career behind him already, but he's got a very, very long career ahead of him. I mean, he really impressed me with Black Panther, mostly because it's very similar to The Lion King and Tarzan, Disney's Tarzan. But also, I mean, The Mandalorian speaks for itself, I think.
Yeah. Like this guy in a short amount of time, he's got quite the eclectic collection. Like I said, Creed, he did Fruitvale Station, We're the Millers, Jennifer's Body, Black Panther, Venom, Creed 2, Trolls World Tour, and he's got Black Panther Wakanda Forever coming up. And for TV, he's done the Mandalorian, and he did New Girl the entire run, and he did Community.
Wow.
Yeah. No, he's definitely when his career is done, you're gonna remember the name Ludwig Gorinson.
Yeah, he's gonna win some Oscars before the day's done. Before the sun sets on his 10-year.
Yeah. And Yeah. All right, Ben. What about you? What are your honorable mentions?
Joanna, Ludwig, Emma Bernstein, and James Horner.
Elmer Bernstein, yeah, that's the name you don't hear talked a lot, but dude's done some iconic scores.
Yep.
So we have a mass collective number one because how could this guy not be at the top of our list?
He is the number one.
He is the number one. He is the GOAT. He is the Dan Murrell of
I would put this guy up against Beethoven, Mozart, Tchaikovsky, all the greats. He outshines all of them.
Yeah.
And I don't care that he only does 4 for movies and TV.
The only thing that might go against that is, we mentioned it earlier, there's a lot of similarities between his themes, but that aside, yes, he belongs at the list of the all-time great composers. He is on Mount Rushmore of composers. He is none other than John Williams. Like, how could he not be number one?
The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, I'm looking at the poster for one of his most famous scores, and it's actually my favorite of his scores right in front of me, Superman the movie.
Me too. That's my favorite also.
Yeah, that's the best score he's ever done, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about you, Ben?
And that's no shade on all the other stuff he did.
No, of course not.
That's how great of a career he has.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, one can I add? The guy basically summed it up, but my favorite is either the Binary Sunset, the one shot of Luke looking on.
Yeah.
It's iconic.
Yep.
It's iconic. Jaws and E.T., another one. Yeah, an incredible.
I mean, you can make a top 10 list of his greatest hits, and you still don't even cover half of them.
Oh, for sure.
And of course, Soda's going to tell us all of them.
Well, I'm actually trying to find a proper list, but his thing on IMDb is a little weird. They kind of listed like a rock band or whatever. So it's like, just bear with me.
I mean, as long as it has all of them.
Hold on, I think I found the good list. Hold on. Yeah, his career goes back a long time. His first ever album came out in 1957. Hold on, that's what IMDb is for. Sorry for the dead air, folks. That's live TV for you sometimes.
I'm trying to liven up the mood.
I just, every time I hear it, like, I can feel like my confidence swells. Like, I can accomplish anything, and then it ends. It's like, no, I can't.
I mean, that's basically the Clark Kent and Superman dynamic.
Yeah, so this is a long list, folks. Yeah, so his first big work, like he did some TV stuff. That's what he was primarily known for. But his movie career started with The Poseidon Adventure. Like, was, I'd say, his first big one. And his first collaboration with Steven Spielberg was The Sugarland Express. From there, he went on to do The Towering Inferno, Jaws, Star Wars A New Hope, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Jaws 2, Superman. 1941, Empire Strikes Back, Raiders of the Lost Ark, E.T. the Extraterrestrial, Return of the Jedi, Temple of Doom, Witches of Eastwick, Last Crusade, Born on the 4th of July, Home Alone, Hook, JFK, Far and Away, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, Jurassic Park, Schindler's List, Nixon, The Lost World, Jurassic Park, Amistad, Saving Private Ryan, Stepmom, Phantom Menace, The Patriot, AI, Artificial Intelligence, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Yes!
Catch Me If You Can. He came back to Harry Potter and did Prisoner of Azkaban, Revenge of the Sith, War of the Worlds, Munich, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, Adventures of Tintin, Lincoln, the BFG, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker, and currently filming right now, Indiana Jones 5. And I guarantee you, if I just listen to those names, you're like, oh, I know that song.
Yeah. That's a list right there.
That is a list. And he still does his own concerts. He works with the London Pop Orchestra, the Boston Pop Orchestra. This guy is the GOAT. When he finally shuffles loose this mortal coil, he will definitely leave a big gap in movies.
Absolutely. But on the flip side to that, when that happens, radio stations around the world are going to only play his music for the next week.
Yeah, and this is why we say he's in the same category as a Beethoven, as a Mozart, as a Bach. Like those guys, his music is going to live on centuries after he's gone.
Yeah.
The Star Wars theme alone.
We just talked about Doctor Who. If there is a composer that the BBC needs to do an episode of Doctor Who about, where the Doctor meets this person, it's gotta be John Williams. I'm a little shocked that Legends of Tomorrow hasn't even cracked that yet. They had an episode where they met George Lucas. Why not John Williams?
Yeah.
I mean, think of how many people's lives the man influenced with his music.
He's 89 years old.
Wow.
89 years young. Let's
Yeah,
keep it
89
that.
years young.
89 years young.
Yeah, it's gonna be really weird to live in a world without John Williams, and I know it's gonna
be a very dark day. But on the flip side, heaven will receive a great addition.
100%. One of my favorite Doctor Who quotes, I almost got this tattooed on my arm once, is "We're all stories in the end. Just make it a good one." This guy made a good story.
He made it a good one.
He's the soundtrack of our lives.
Okay. One doctor said that quote.
That's 11. He says it, I think it's at the end of season 5.
Okay.
Yeah. I love that quote. We're all stories in the end. Just make it a good one.
Yeah, right before he goes into the crack.
Yeah. And spoilers on that.
You've seen it. You saw that then, didn't you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Time of the doctor, right? No?
No, the big.
Pandorica.
No, after the Pandorica.
It's the Big Bang is the episode.
Yeah, the Big Bang. Yeah.
I haven't seen it. Then.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, goddamn. Yeah, I really don't know if there's what else more. There is more to say about John Williams. This guy is a legend. He is.
I mean, there's so much to say, but I mean, anything we can come up with is going to pale in comparison.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? I can't wait for the final retrospective documentary we're going to get on this guy around the time he passes, because we're going to get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I
think of all the people who will be interviewed in that documentary.
And I know who was it earlier that brought up if you took out the score of a particular movie, it's not the same. Was that you, 50?
I
think I did with Ellen Silvestri.
Yeah, you do that with Jaws. That movie is made by the music.
I was talking about the Murray Gold and the Doctor Who stuff.
Right,
okay,
right. But with John Williams, like, this is what they said. They're watching the dailies with no music, and it's nothing. It's not scary, nothing. But then all of a sudden they added the dun dun, and that just changed everything.
And to prove our point, look at Dan Merle's score.
Yeah,
I mean, also, can we just address this? Isn't it high time Mark Riley got his own score? Superman themed score. Come on!
I thought he did.
The guy has an award named after him. He's the first.
I thought he did.
Champion.
I thought he did
one.
I don't think. No, it was back in the day. They found some guy on YouTube who did a combination of the John Williams Superman score with the Hans Zimmer Man of Steel score.
Gotcha.
And that's what they used for a while. But yeah, Dan Merle has his own intro music, and so does Roca. I mean, if fucking Ben Bateman got two before Mark Riley did, that's just disrespect on the original GOAT.
Wow. Hot money issue for 50.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't be thinking this if I wasn't a fan of Mark Riley and if I wasn't on his Patreon, but I mean, it is a hot button. He probably doesn't care too much about it, but I do.
That's what we're here for. We're here to care for them.
Yeah.
All right. So that brings an end to this composers discussion, but the music discussion is not over yet, because what are we doing next week, folks? Somebody want to answer?
I think it's Ben's time to announce that.
We're doing top 5 Muppet songs. Oh.
Oh, there's plenty to choose from. Yeah.
Should we do one song per movie?
No.
Wait, okay. Are we only doing movies, not the TV show as well?
No,
let's include all of it. I wouldn't be surprised if Rainbow Connection is up there for a lot of us.
I mean, I have one that will be on my list that I don't think any of you would have considered it.
Probably
but
not.
I'm keeping it to myself.
But I can't wait for that, because I am a massive Muppets fan. Gonzo is my spirit animal. Although, no, I don't.
May I call you Zongo?
I don't shoot myself out of cannons, and I do not have relationships with chickens. I want that on record, please. I kind of want to watch the original Muppet movie now.
Yeah, me too. I love the Muppets. The 2011 one.
Yeah.
Muppets Most Wanted, not so much, but yeah, the Jason Segel Muppets was amazing. Am I a Muppet or a man? Yeah.
Yeah, and Sheldon Cooper is a Muppet, apparently.
It's just like I couldn't imagine anybody better suited for that.
Does he also does the voice of Walter, or is he just in that song?
I think he's just in the song.
Parsons?
Yeah, Jim Parsons.
Yeah.
My favorite moment of that movie, ironically, is when it ends, when he's proposing to Amy Adams' character, and she's like, "Mana do 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 do."
I want to go back and watch Muppets now.
I didn't love all the cameos. Every Muppet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, I'm not a big fan of Muppets Most Wanted, but one of my favorite cameo in that movie is like, "I am the usher." Is it? Are you the usher? Yes, I am the usher.
What I like about that is it's a whole wrestling connection thing. But one of the prisoners they got Hornswoggle, who is a massive Muppet fan to the point I think he's got every Muppet tattooed on him. But they brought him in to be in that scene because of how big a fan he was. I thought it was pretty cool.
That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it's big when the Muppets do that.
Oh yeah. Now I know what I'm going to do the rest of my day when I'm not fixing my fucking bathtub. All right. So 50, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on my YouTube channel, 50 Shades of Geek. You can also find me occasionally on Twitch, 50 Shades of Geek without the F. I'm playing Lego Harry Potter while also building Lego Harry Potter sets in preparation for an upcoming Harry Potter trivia match that I have on the Outlaw Nation League on John Rocco's Patreon. I now know who I'm going to be facing, and I got to make sure I'm ready for it. But yeah, you can also find me on my personal Patreon, patreon.com/Pokemon Star, Cross, and Crescent. I'm designing a Pokemon fan game based on Israel.
And Big Fudge, what about you?
You can find me here in 2.5 hours on Mount Schmodown. We're doing a very special episode today. I believe we're finally having the dead mother herself on Kate. So that's going to be good. You can also find me released here on recapping the past every Monday for Doctor Who. Tuesday on Shooting the Breeze. I think that's everything, right?
Yes.
Almost? Yeah.
As for myself, you can find me on my personal Instagram and Twitter at soda_the_saxman. You can find me on every goddamn show on this channel. Tonight, I will be producing the latest edition of Let's Talk About Star Wars, the Star Wars Alien or Not game, with questions written by none other than our resident international treasure, 50 Shades of Geek. Competing tonight will be Brennan Marr from the FCL, Dave and Lou from Proto 9 Canada. Wow, I can't believe I blanked on that. And who is the fourth one?
Isn't it Taco?
Yeah,
right, Taco's the fourth one. Yes. So it's gonna be
the guy the show is actually named after, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm just the producer. I
think you're a little bit more than just the producer.
Yeah, I do run myself ragged sometimes, but yes, definitely check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think those games are our best episodes personally, because we're all just goofing off.
Especially when I win.
Yeah, especially when you win. And the winner of tonight's match will go on to the championship match, where they will be facing 50 Shades of Geek, goal leader himself, Evan Bushkar, and Marie Wilson from the Schmodown.
No pressure.
Nope, no pressure.
No pressure whatsoever. I mean, I mentioned this as a joke last time, but you gotta throw Alex Damon in there, and Thomas Harper, and Dimalanta, and Laura Kelly, and eventually it's gonna be just this big Avengers assembling thing, and then it's gonna be like a little Howard the Duck me standing on the thing, like, yeah, I'm also here. I'm here too, with a plunger. Yeah, I'm here. Exterminate.
50 Shades of Duck. I like it.
50 Shades of Duck.
So on behalf of myself, Ben, and 50, well, thank you very much for joining us. And we will see you next week on Get Sweaty. And don't forget, everyone, stay sweaty.
Stay sweaty.
And go enjoy some Muppets, man. They always make